And how many videos have I had sponsored me in the past? How many? Zero! Coach Greg, and today's video is all about HRT or TRT, which stands for testosterone replacement therapy. As many of you know, I've been on HRT for many years with varying doses. In watching this video, you're going to know exactly what is HRT and what are the alternatives. What are the pros and cons, positives and negatives, as well as do you need it and how do you know if you in fact do need it? As well as should you in fact be on HRT? How do you know? How do you not know? Does your doctor know? Does anyone know? And for a long time, I've been looking to partner with someone who can do blood work in the comfort of your own home. So this part of the video, it's sponsored by and I'm partnered with Let's Get Checked. So Let's Get Checked has partnered with Coach Greg and is giving 20% off to your first orders. Just use code GREG20. With Let's Get Checked, you can test your testosterone levels from the comfort of your own home. Not only testosterone, but they do a host of other tests. And just to see what it was like, I tried it even though it's not available in Canada. Let's Get Checked is currently available in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. Not in Canada, unfortunately, but only 7% of my subscribers are from Canada. And most of the people that I'm doing phone consult with and that I'm coaching are not from Canada. Mostly United States or elsewhere. So this might be something you can take advantage of. So all you have to do literally is prick your finger with the device they give you and squeeze out some drops of blood, put it in a container, cover it up, and mail it. They do the rest. Then you just wait around for a few days and eventually you get the results.
My name is Dr. Dominic Rowley and I'm the medical director of letsgetchecked.com.
A physician will then review results and a nurse will contact you, or you can contact the nurse, have a discussion, and from there you can decide, do you need HRT? Do you not need it? Are you healthy? Or you could go see your own doctor. At least now you know.
Our nursing support staff are there, of course, to answer any questions they may have.
And what exactly is HRT? Well, HRT is when you're given a low dose of testosterone because your body's not producing enough of it on its own. That can happen for various reasons. It could be genetic, or it could be because of something you did. You may have taken SARMs or steroids in the past, and now your body isn't producing testosterone as well as it used to. HRT comes in various forms. You can take gels, pills, or do injections. For the most part, the injections are going to result in the most stable levels and are also the cheapest. Depending on the ester used, you may have to inject multiple times a week, once every 2 weeks, or even much less frequent than that, every 3 months, for example. A common question people ask is, TRT, is that steroids? And the answer is yes. Testosterone is an anabolic steroid. And you may be wondering, so what is the difference between doing TRT and doing steroids? Well, technically speaking, there is none, but HRT, TRT is done in much lower doses. For most people, the dose is going to be between 100 and 200 milligrams a week, and the dose is dependent on how your body reacts to the testosterone. What is your testosterone levels, free testosterone levels? How do you feel? And don't get me wrong, HRT is a major decision in your life. It's not something to try out for a couple months and see if you like it. HRT is for life. You are replacing your body's production of testosterone. Once you take steroids, SARMs, HRT, your body doesn't need to produce testosterone on its own. It's getting the testosterone exogenously from an outside source, outside the human body. You're now dependent on that testosterone because your balls, they're going on vacation. They're going down south, they're relaxing. They don't need to work anymore. You're getting the testosterone from somewhere else. And if you stop getting it from somewhere else, your balls, they don't want to go back to work. Takes a lot to get them going. That's why you hear people doing PCTs, post-cycle therapy, things like Nova, Clomid, Arimidex, HCG. They're doing these so that their bodies can once again produce the testosterone that it's supposed to. But if you're on HRT, chances are that is not going to happen, or it might take so long for that to happen, you don't want to wait. I abused steroids for many years, and when I stopped taking testosterone, my body didn't want to produce testosterone. Balls were on vacation. They didn't want to wake up. They were having too much fun down in Mexico. So rather than go 1 or 2 years feeling like garbage, waiting for my balls to come back to normal and produce the testosterone it needs, decided to go HRT with the advice of my doctor. You may go and see a family physician, an endocrinologist, which is a specialist in hormones, but you need to get HRT from a doctor. Depending on the country you're from, it may or may not be legal for you to purchase testosterone. So please ask your doctor, and I'm not a freaking doctor, so don't ask me. So some signs you might need HRT. Your sex drive, libido, it's lower than it was before. You're not feeling up to it. Literally, it's not getting up for the challenge. You don't want to have sex, you're not craving it, and when you do, you can't perform optimally. Also, you're not sleeping as well as you used to. You're just having trouble getting to sleep, staying to sleep, and you're tired all the time. You don't feel good. You're not recovering. What once was easy to recover from, now it's no longer easy. You go and work out, you do exercise, and you're sore all the time. You're down. You might be in a bad mood. You're depressed. You don't feel positive. Le joie de vie, your joy of life, it's not as good as it used to be. You're going through the motions. You might feel depressed. Your doctor may have given you antidepressants to put you in a better mood. You might have low testosterone. Your muscle mass, your strength, it's deteriorating. You used to be in shape and now you're not. You used to look good, it's gone. Body fats replace the muscle that once was there, and you don't look as good as you used to. Now, let's be honest, father time is going to come after all of us, and as you age, your testosterones get lower. A 45-year-old is not going to look as good as a 35-year-old. Except for Mike O'Hearn and Jeff Cavalier, we don't know how they do it, but unless you're one of those two, you just can't do it. As you get older, you get in less shape, the muscles, they start to shrink. You don't have to jump on HRT just because your muscles are smaller or you're tired. There's other things you can do. Ask yourself, are you sleeping enough? Are you just partying harder than last time? You going to the bars every night and drinking, partying, having a good time, not getting to sleep? If so, that can dramatically lower your testosterone. What did you expect? You can't party till 6 a.m. in the morning and go and work out and think you're going to be jacked and shredded all the time. Not going to happen. What about your diet? Are you dieting all the time? Are you trying to maintain 6% body fat year round? If so, dieting decreases your testosterone. When I diet for bodybuilding shows, I did 42 natural, felt like garbage, every freaking one. When you get to the lower extremes of body fat, it's not normal. Body doesn't want that. What the body thinks is you're starving. Think of it from an evolutionary point of view. Should you be making babies when you can't even eat? Should the body have a sex drive to go and impregnate other women when you're not eating, when there's no food around, when you're starving in a famine in the winter? No, so you have a lower sex drive because you shouldn't be making babies if there's no food available. What are you going to feed the baby? So before taking testosterone, make sure you're getting enough sleep and check your diet. Are you eating 0 grams of fat a day? If so, that could be a problem. Are you doing 5 hours of cardio every day? Slow down a little bit. Are you recovering? Are you training too hard, overtraining? Ask yourself, is there a reason your testosterone is low? And if so, do something about it. Change it. Try something, try to fix it the natural way. Other alternatives to HRT, your doctor may in fact prescribe Clomid or HCG to help boost your own body's natural production of testosterone. This can work. Not for everyone, but it can in fact work. Studies have shown that if you take HCG Clomid, it's going to boost your own testosterone levels. These are not readily available over the counter. You need to get a prescription. You can't go to your local supplement store and get these things, so please go and ask your doctor. And again, I'm not the doctor. I'm not your doctor. Stop asking me. So you've tried everything and now you're ready to make the decision. Should you go on HRT? Well, you need to be aware of what could the possible negative side effects be. You need to know these because once you're on HRT, should be for life. Yeah, you could come off, but then you're going to suffer with lower than normal testosterone levels. It's not going to be fun. So before making that final decision, be aware of the following. HRT can cause gyno. That's short for gynecomastia or bitch tits. That's what people call it. I didn't call it that. That's what they called it. So when you have a lump form under the nipple, literally a hard lump, it starts soft, it gets bigger and harder. I had surgery to remove it on my left nipple. Gyno is formed because when you take testosterone, it converts to estrogen. Estrogen, a female hormone, and guess what females have? So if you get testosterone exogenously outside the body, expect to have more testosterone, which raises estrogen, which increases the chance of forming breast tissue. If that is the case, you can be prescribed things like Nolvadex, Arimidex, Clomid, Aromacin, things like that to lower the estrogen so that you don't form gynecomastia. Balding. Yes, if you do have male pattern baldness, you can increase the rate of going bald. Testosterone converts to DHT, which can result in a receding hairline. Notice I don't have a receding hairline, and I abused steroids for 10 years. So just because you take testosterone doesn't mean you're going to go bald. Happens to some people. If you're one of the lucky ones, won't happen to you. But if you're not, expect to go bald faster than freaking last time. Acne. Remember when you were a teenager and you broke out with acne? I sure do. I think we all did. Well, when you increase testosterone levels in the body, suddenly it's like puberty. When you inject testosterone, it's like going through puberty all over again. Your hormones are out of whack, they're out of balance, out of sort. You're then going to get acne for the most part. People that take testosterone or any steroid gonna develop some acne, some more than others. If your genetics are prone to getting acne, you need to be careful when on HRT. And some of the side effects you can't see, they're silent killers, so to speak. Consider that when you take testosterone, you have more red blood cells, which makes you have thicker blood. Thicker blood has a harder time to go through the vascularity of the human body, which could lead to, for example, a stroke. As well as decreased HDL, which is the good cholesterol, the kind you want. Your HDL-LDL ratio can be out of whack. You might need some medication to help with this. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows, huge muscles and six packs if you go on HRT. There are things you need to consider, and your doctor is going to monitor you to make sure that you're doing it safely. The higher the dose of HRT, the greater the risk and also the greater the reward. The higher the dose, the better I feel, but it's a trade-off. You take too much, you feel better, but on the inside, it's not better. You don't want to have an increased chance of a heart attack, so you have to weigh the pros and the cons. You and your doctor can monitor your blood work and ensure that the dose you're on is a safe dose for you. No two people are exactly the same. What's safe for you might not be safe for your friend. The dose I'm on might mess you up. Safe for me, not safe for you. It's based on your genetics, depends on your parents. But the pros, we went through the bad stuff. What about the pros? Increased energy. More energy than before, you feel better. Your mood is better, you're happier, you're no longer depressed. You have the joie de vivre again. You look forward to your day. You're more productive. You can work harder, train harder, exercise more, increase sex drive. You want to have sex and you can perform better in the bedroom. Increased muscle mass, decreased body fat. Some of the food you're eating, it's literally turning into muscle. You can lift more weights, build more muscle, raise metabolism, leaner physique. You can look younger. Oftentimes people think if you take steroids, age you 20 years. I'm 45 years old. Do I look 98? I think I look younger than most people my age, and I'm on testosterone. I even abuse it for 10 years. Oftentimes in phone consults and when I'm coaching clients, they tell me that after they went on HRT, they no longer needed their antidepressants. They're happier, healthier, and feel amazing. If that is what it does for them, of course it's worth it. But you need to weigh the pros and cons. It's not always a good thing. Depends on the person. And should you take it, and what dose should you be on? That's the $1 million question. Should you take it? And I can't answer that question, but you and your doctor can. You need to get your blood work. You can't just say, oh, I want it. I feel all these symptoms. I just want it. Give it to me. Doesn't work like that. You need to have a reason. Blood work can show you if you have that reason. So you may be asking, how can I get my blood work? Well, you can go and ask your doctor. If you have a doctor, just go ask, say, I want to get my blood work, check me for testosterone. I don't feel good. Knowledge is power. The more you know about your body, the better, more educated and informed decisions you can make. Are you taking SARMs, even though you shouldn't or not for human consumption? Are you taking them? Has that caused your testosterone to be lowered? Are you healthy? Have you done damage? Don't you want to know? Not everyone has the time to go to the doctor. Not everyone's comfortable seeing the doctor. Why not take advantage of it from the privacy of your own home, especially now at the time of COVID? You know how hard it is to go to the doctor, especially here. We're on lockdown. All the doctor's visits for me, they're on the phone. I don't even go in person. So what an advantage to be able to do this at home. So you may be asking, why did I partner with them? Do you know just how many times I've done a phone consult or talked to a client and they want to know their testosterone levels? And I have to sit there on the phone and say, go see your doctor. And they're like, oh, I can't, it's time, it's hard, I don't have a doctor. You know how easy it would be if I just said, hey, go to Let's Get Checked? So much easier. And you get 20% off, so it's a win-win situation. You get a deal, and you get to know the results. And how many videos have I had sponsored me in the past? How many? Zero sponsors, zero. I don't partner up with anyone. Only going to partner up with somebody that's giving a service that I think is beneficial. This is not some garbage service. Do you know how many lives can be changed through the use of testosterone testing? People needing HRT. People are too scared, too shy. Society judges us. So rather than expect people to go to the doctor and do it on their own, you can do it at home. There's an easier way. Hopefully the video helped. Hopefully it gave you some information, some knowledge on just what is HRT. And I'm not just saying go out and get HRT. I'm saying educate yourself. Find out, do you actually need it? Do you not need it? What are the pros and cons? Hopefully you get it now. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IP Pro. Bloops are over there. Watch one of the bloops. And if you want the best possible coaching, get the Coach Greg team. We as a team will coach you together. If you can't afford it, get the cookbooks or training book. Subscribe. Click the bell button. And until next time, I am out.